turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Liquid's turn to ban. Radiant team pick.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more action here. The DSC group stage comes to you live from Shanghai. I'm iG.Pixel, I'm here with Gods, and we're ready to take you through a series of Liquid versus iG.Vitality. Of course, there's a bit of an update on what the state is with this group. Liquid, they are done for in terms of making it up to the upper bracket. They will have to, regardless of what happens throughout the course of this day. You have to go for the lower bracket of the main event. But iG.Vitality, they've got a chance, Gods, and they need to. They may get through right if they get a draw.
They need a win.
Well, they need a win. They need a win. They need a 2-0.
And then they need NP to draw or lose. So it's not like all up to them. Step 1 is win. Step 2 is some other shit has to happen.
5 seconds remaining.
And that's out of their control. But hey, you just gotta go for the win and hope for the best.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Liquid. Oh, for a second.
Liquid's turn to pick.
Get Magnus. Yeah, Liquid themselves. I mean, this is kind of like official match practice, I guess. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
sure
like
how...
a official scrim.
Yeah,
really.
Don't know how the matchups work for the lower bracket, whether it's done based on group
is it
or
choice or
your opponent. If you choose your opponent, I don't think people want to really choose Liquid, even if they get last in their group.
Sand King.
Probably avoid trying to play, but
Radiant team pick.
be pretty scary to choose. So, see,
could this be the Miracle Sand King?
Could
again?
be.
We saw Liquid do it, and did they win that game? They
won that
did.
game.
They did win that one.
Naga game.
Yeah, the GH Naga.
Fun game. Perhaps more likely a mind control Sand King with the GH Magnus in the jungle. That's like the last 2 times they've had Magnus, it's been jungle. Yeah. But never know. I think they pick up the Sand early.
10 seconds
I feel
remaining.
like I haven't seen Mike. Good
5
nonetheless.
seconds remaining.
iG.Vit, standard picks.
Keeping it safe.
Hopefully no Shadowblade Jug. They've done it before.
Oh, they are. It depends who plays it. Because we saw the Cicada and Paparazzi swapping around roles. At least back in the qualifiers for the Kiev Major.
Liquid's turn to
I
ban.
can't remember which one. Who was it? It was the Shadowblade.
Radiant
I think it was Cicada.
I think it was Cicada.
Paparazzi's like, don't do that ever again.
We have seen it a few times here by different teams.
Darkseer Batman, in July's Bat Rider, his best hero, taken out.
Remaining.
Darkseer just another offlaner. He dogfights on the
5
Slaughter.
seconds remaining.
He's normally playing Slaughter, Earth Spirit, Pudge perhaps is another hero of his. But yeah, the Slaughter being picked suggests that's going to be dogfights is different than put in July on it. Position, but Sari.
iG.Vit's bans, of course, reflecting, as we mentioned, what Liquid did the other day. GH Naga, and so targeting the Terrorblade as well, so wanting to go against the big farm, late game powerhouses that we know that Liquid are very good at utilizing.
Game 2, I'm pretty sure. There's still an Alchemist in the pool. You don't need no more Alchemist games.
Remaining.
Might do it, mightn't they? That is definitely a chance for Liquid.
5 seconds remaining.
Gabby.
I mean, even iG.Vitality, both sides could certainly be looking in and out.
Reserve time.
I don't know if they pick an out. Would they pick an out third pick if they want to show it? It's more like 4th, 5th stage, isn't it?
Yeah, more likely later on. Although it seems like a hero you can pick early just because it get countered by a lot. It's like always like, well, you're gonna run an Alc strat, you can, and opponents can't really like counter pick it. They can change their play style to try and deal with it. But yeah, tough. Also, I don't know. First game of the day, just throw it out. It feels like you want to use these matches to work on like more team coordination and stuff. Use this as like practice for the main event. I don't think this has been their go-to 5, 4, 6 position with how much Kuro has had to support. Now that GH has gone super mode with his 4 position.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and then the support I say support combo.
5
more
seconds remaining.
like obviously that 4th kind of core level. GH Magnus solo support kind of
Reserve
karaoke on the scene
time.
that we saw them do the other day. Duo, CM and Magnus,
Like
4 on 5.
they take it too much. With how much like Kuro is sacked and how greedy they sometimes are. They got away with it in that game 1 versus ND, but that was because NP's draft was
Silencer.
the case where your
Liquid's
opponents let you
turn
do
to
these greedy
pick.
drafts.
iG.Vitality, I mean, we saw yesterday, that was MP's little bit of a treat to bring down Liquid in that second game. And iG.Vitality looking to
10
try and
seconds
pull a bit of a
remaining.
similar one. As I mean, I'd imagine it is most likely to be the mid silencer. Would you
5
say? Or
seconds remaining.
have
No,
we seen any
Chinese-
support silencer this?
The Chinese teams run it
They
more
have-
as a support.
okay.
Yeah, they're more inclined
Reserve
to play that
time.
5-position silencer. So I slightly lean that way.
Okay.
Pick more in the mid lane if it's like known if it's matchup and yeah, it could definitely still be either. It's good against all these teamfight ultis. Draft. Good for the protecting the slaughter initiation. He blinks, crushes in, and sets up like a good fight for you, and your team guarantee a quick kill or two. Maybe Auk is always.
This is normally where they would pick it, isn't it? Their fourth
Yeah.
pick. Normally when Liquid do grab it if they want to go that route.
The other approaches and Miracles and Invoker's banned out, so ours. Yeah, we saw he had a pretty game on TA. You're thinking also like who's good in power target, at least from like either the carry or the mid roll. You typically want to get at least one hero that can benefit from the power. Control, there we go.
Radiant team pick.
So much like a Liquid style draft, but this is definitely a style of draft we're seeing a lot. CIS teams are doing this a lot, like Navi, Empire were doing like Magnus Troll. Well, it was very, very popular.
10
Page from
seconds
what some of the other
remaining.
teams are doing. It feels like Liquid are trying to reinvent themselves a bit at this tournament. They had such a
5
good style ladder, and
seconds
then they
remaining.
started struggling, and then just started picking all kinds of different stuff, adjusting their roles. Does feel like they're in like
Reserve time.
finding soul-seeking stage.
And I guess this is the time to do it, isn't it? Really, last big event before a major.
Yep.
This is the time to certainly try and find your footing in this patch.
Definitely has been a pretty volatile patch in the sense like the meta's shifting very quickly, and new trends have developed and shown up very quick, like out of nowhere. This greedy 4-position play, like from Magnus jungles, the Abaddon, like there's heroes, and there's some heroes that have just been good, consistent from the start of the patch to where we are now, but there's been a few heroes that like come in, being really good, you suddenly play them, and then they kind of just faded out, so.
Liquid's turn to ban.
Oh, there we go. I mean, that's looking to be indicating that it's probably likely that the Jug is going to go towards that mid lane with the Weaver in the safe lane. And
Yep.
indeed, as you mentioned, Silencer
10
to be
seconds
support this
remaining.
matchup, and iG.Vitality. I mean, I guess with
5
obviously
seconds
two of
remaining.
Injuli's most popular offlaners being banned out, they could say, let's put him on the
Reserve
Slardar
time.
and pick something else to pair up with the Silence. So that, I mean, they could still switch it around like that, iG.Vitality. So they want to go with this last pick. I mean, offlane wise, is there? There's still quite a fair few options open up for the offlane pool.
There's enough. I feel like the
Yeah.
offlane pool has kind of widened a lot more now with there's like a Batten coming back and the way the jungle's working, and a lot harder
Radiant
to like.
team
It's a lot
back.
easier to contest and a lot harder to secure your safe lane stays with the shrines there. Can't even buy slippers from the side shop anymore, which hurts carries quite a lot. Weaver hasn't done too well this tournament. 30% win rate in 10 games. I feel like the hero just
10 seconds
doesn't
remaining.
damage is normally its main problem out of the carry role. It doesn't
5
burst heroes
seconds
down. It's very
remaining.
pesky and annoying and very good at getting to the backlines and killing. But as far as how it matches up against
Reserve time.
other cores, it's pretty bad against like heroes just because of
Radiant team
damage
pick.
items to really break them. And there we go. Naga's Alks.
War Chief.
There we
Thanks,
go.
Sandra.
It was one of the offlaners
Liquid's
at the
turn
moment.
to pick.
Despite the constant nerfs, especially of course in that Ags item pickup, but as we're seeing a lot of teams, just realizing that the Ags isn't needed. You can still certainly build and play this hero in a way that uses how powerful it can be as a
10
frontline
seconds
and in
remaining.
escape mechanism.
Like Heart of Tarask build
Yeah.
where you get like Hood
5
blink and then
seconds
just rush
remaining.
a heart. Get
And then AC
Tanky.
into it. Be arguably one of the
Reserve
tankiest
time.
heroes potentially with those two items in this game.
plan going to be coming out now with Miracle's last pick.
10 seconds
Ye's
remaining.
Shadow Fiend.
Monkey
One probably
King.
right clicker against the sounds.
Oh, okay. So what have we got going on here
okay,
for
they're-
Liquid?
They're doing
It's
mid mag. This is
the mid-mag?
less greedy. They're going for a non-greedy
Yeah, I guess so.
draft. This is I mean, again, we talked about Liquid just changing their look and putting it up here, and they're assuming this is
But
GH Monkey. Or
Yeah,
Kuro
or-
Monkey King.
I mean, GH Magnus, of course, maybe he's going to go mid. I mean, I feel like Liquid, you just don't know what they're going to do. As we
Yeah.
know, this game for them is not that important. They may, we've
Core
already seen
Monkey
them
King.
switch round roles. They may do something that surprises us. Not very exciting, but Vitality certainly, yeah, with their nothing too surprising from them. Maybe the science a little so, but as you mentioned, it's something that the Chinese teams do certainly like to dabble with. So. We're going to certainly see iG.Vitality go full try harder. They need to win this series if they want to have any chance
10
of
seconds
making it to the upper
remaining.
bracket. They need both games as a win.
5 seconds remaining.
Last time, Liquid had one game on the hero at this tournament, I would say, and it was Kuro playing it,
Mm-hmm.
which was perhaps a bit different from what you see from most teams. 4-position player doing it, but Kuro also plays the bounty hunter for this team. Plays kind of those roaming kind of strategic setup heroes that scout for the team. That's kind of the idea there, where him and GH will sometimes swap roles a bit, whereas GH plays like some of the 4-position heroes, the Rubiks, the Sladas when it's needed, plays those like kind of Earth Spirit roaming type heroes, vision scouting heroes.
Here we go then. Here's the reveal. Who have we got on what on the side of Liquid? Indy Kuros, yeah, Mind Control on the offlane Magnus. It will be the Miracle Monkey King. Which is going to be quite true. I mean, will he still go mid with the Monkey King, or will he roam as we've seen him with the Sand
Got a
King?
pull man shield, going mid.
This is
Prepare for battle.
very, very interesting indeed. He's going to be up against a Juggernaut in the mid lane.
That's
So
alright.
you've got the range melee advantage in terms of the length of that star.
The range melee advantage.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. It's just funny hearing.
I mean,
it said.
I want to say as well, I think you can probably hit him outside the range of the Blade Fury. I want to say.
Probably.
You can reach across the blades and hit him without the Blade Fury touching you.
Yeah.
If you're able to kite him out.
300 range. We see like a boots rush rather than going for a fast bottle. I mean, both Jug and that approach, but yeah, I'm curious to see how this mid lane goes.
I mean, he's what kind of backup? I mean, iG.Vit, do you think they might send someone to sit there with Cicada, or do you think they'll just kind of let him deal with that matchup on his own?
Some
30
silence and harass
seconds
could
to
come in.
battle.
Yeah.
Super's also theoretically meant to be helping secure the safe lane, which is a tough lane with mind control going for the early pull man shield. Can't harass him so easily with Weaver right clicks, but yeah, Slaughter dogfights, he can roam around, look to run in, get some crushes on the Miracle, set up some Blade Fury harass, so what dogfights will do with this Slaughter. But similarly, Sand King is not going greedy. We're not seeing like a jungle mag, we're not seeing
No.
GH
Battle
jungle, he's got boots
begins.
first, he's going kind of an aggressive Sand King. For a first spot at top, he's going to themselves into the trees and hoping that Centaur pushes up with the wave. It gets a bit greedy. Often Centaur will expect like only 2 heroes to be around. He also bypassed the Observer Ward, so may not have seen Sand King in the neighborhood. So chance that in July gets too aggressive here and gives up a first blood.
You see in the mid lane, Dogfight's going to be the one to come in and help out Cicada, and in fact straight away getting a fair bit of harassment with the body blocking as well. Miracle's in trouble. They're going to move in for this, and that's going to be where the first blood
Well top.
ends up happening. And indeed, in return, Liquid, can they get this in July? Still have the Who Stomp, only gets it onto the Sand King though, and it looks like that won't be good enough to save him, and indeed it won't. But at the end of the day, Vitality the first ones to secure the hit in the mid.
It was a good setup at top, but Sand King knopping around the mid lane means there's no response to dogfights, just swooping in and setting up what was a pretty free, straightforward kill on the Monkey King. So you asked if he was going to get help against the Monkey King, and the answer is very much assuredly yes. Cool. Himself off to a bad start. Had already with boots, bottle queued up, he's good farm.
Cool, we'll get the stacks up now, so have that extra bit of harass. If Cicada comes close, and Cicada doesn't want to get hit. Same time, they're trying to use it to sort of bait Miracle into a false sense of security, potentially. Dogfights, jumping in and out, looking for some sort of a crush, but GH there with the rotation if anything goes down.
You don't get the bonus damage on denies, do you, from picking it, or how does the
I
Jingu
want to
work with
say, I
deny?
think it does use up a charge.
Okay, so you get the bonus damage. You wouldn't get the. Do you get the life steal? You know. You're a
I
monkey
I
keeper.
should know.
You're-
Yes.
You're a slug.
I don't know,
You're a
no-
monkey keeper. You're down there with the
I'm
the
pretty sure
riffraff
that
of Dota
it does
2
cost
players.
a charge. We'll see.
Yeah. I was hoping it went
intrigued
for a
now.
deny, and I would find
Yeah.
out there, but. Do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's like like Kunka's typing away to use up the splash. Lane, no.
Jeez,
On
solo
control.
kill.
Ah, Waltz is in, and with a quick skewer slow. To pick that one up and dog fights. And with that, in fact, Miracle will have to be a little bit careful. And they'll obviously know that that Invis Rune is there on dogfights. And no sentry, of course, in the mid lane. Miracle has to be wary of this. It's very apparent of Cicada's movements, and as soon as Cicada starts to go kind of aggression in tendencies, yeah, Miracle should know.
The Blade Fury, so with extra damage from that spin if you can get in close for it.
Going for the crush there.
It's fairly close to tower, so
Yeah.
you don't want Jug tanking tower shots while he's Blade Fury down at half HP already, so.
Their eyes on GH instead. Level 1 with that Brojo. The courier. Ah, it's going to be a bit of a courier bait. Dog fights. Holds GH back away from it. Hits the crush. Any further follow-up? We can see in July relatively close, but didn't end up coming the full way around. Focused on just clearing up these stacks. Himself these early levels and early farm here safely.
Coming back in though, he knows that this is what July's doing, and at least try and keep tabs of him, try and leak some XP where possible, but still level 1 tanking. TM getting the farm in the jungle will hit her level 3, perhaps even getting second point in Aura or Nova, we'll find out. Getting that early Aura helps your team a lot. Your entire lineup benefits a lot from this. Control a little bit less than others,
Hold
but
on, Lane, how's he getting away with this? Mind control is going in fully ham, and each and every time killing off at least the support, and in fact, oh, hang on. Very, very close to Paparazzi being in danger as well, but I mean, you do give a kill to the core, but you're getting solo kills on your own, and instigating the action.
Mind Control's I'd say he's almost been the standout player for Liquid this tournament. Been the most consistent, he's always getting a lot in his lane. He had a really good Legion game we saw, but even the games where they're losing and struggling, I feel like Mind Control is always playing very well.
Mid lane. Go on to Miracle there with the first crush and the Blade Fury follow. Miracle falling low, the Fairy Fire comes out. Cicada's going to look to chase. Has got those phase boots in a second. Miracle starting to salva. Turns around, gets one hit, two. There's the control, and he builds up the Jingu. Takes the kill.
Why is he chasing that? I guess he's banking on the phase boost, but Monkey King has very high base movement speed compared to a lot of heroes, and he was chasing very recklessly into the
Look at this
boundless
bottom
strike
lane.
zone.
I can't believe what we're seeing. The third time Mind Control's just waltzed in and killed the Silencer. I mean, he is giving up kills to Paparazzi, so twice I'm starting to question if that's worth it for him.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
is
it's
under
a bit more
attack.
borderline. Yeah, he's also spending a lot of time dead, so he immediately comes back to lane, gets a kill, but then dies, so he's not getting CS, he's not really getting a ton of XP out of the lane, so that death probably not quite as worth it, but ultimately still really keeping the Silencer busy in that lane, creating
Radiant's
some
top
good
tower
space
is
for his
under
team
attack.
to work with.
And I mean, you're letting the Weaver kill you, but at the same time, you're drawing him away from the CS. I mean, you look at the difference at the moment between Matumba and Paparazzi is certainly there. 42 on the Troll, and also on the borderline of taking a tier 1 as well. So Matumba man
Radiant's top
certainly
tower
with
is
the
under attack.
free are opening, and in fact with this scan as well, they've hunted down into line, hiding in the tree line, and that's going to be a bit of a kill involvement from Matumba. He'll make sure that he gets the tower, and also turns across looking for the kill, and he'll pick it up as well. So gold, gold, gold going the way of this Troll Wolf.
Really good start for Troll. Towers, kills, CS, he's got it all. He is rich right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Good. They make a move, it looks like, through this enemy jungle towards the mid lane. They are lurking around, although Cicada on the Jug, not the easiest through to gank by any means.
Level 3 Blade Fury, the phase boots as well. Very hard to get those stacks built up with the movement speed of this Jug. They begin to count. Right, coming back across towards that mid lane. And Squid, as you said, hanging around, but doesn't look like they will be able to see an opening. Middle, and then about in July, his neighborhood. A bit of a wrap around here, so he comes from in from both sides. they have the control and damage? That's the question. Visualize, that's that who's done. Dogfights is coming across as well to help out. And with that, Visualize going to be fine. And a good TP in here from Paparazzi, looking to get involved. They look towards the easier kill first, surrounding Kuroki. They will take the CM. They get Matumba as well. They've got another crush if Dogfights can close the gap. Still a good amount of time with the sprint. And in fact, Matumba man misses the slow onto the Slardar. GH is there to try and help out, but Paparazzi dupes out the stun. Matumba man will turn though, gets the kill. Paparazzi though, again, should be able to clean up, and he does. A double kill for the Weaver. So Matumba man at least getting something on the way out, but it's Paparazzi that he's getting some big kills this game. A couple of kills on the Magnus, and now turning up top and taking down Matumba +1.
Yeah, he made a really nice sidestep there. Sanking went for the two-man burrow, kind of anticipating Weaver just to run in a straight line to go for the kill, but Weaver dodges the burrow strike while getting the kill, making sure that he does. If he gets caught in that, perhaps Matu survives. I don't think Weaver dies. He had a lot of one charges, but very likely would not have been able to get the kill.
Got a bit of space down bottom whilst that was all going on. From CS. Right. Now actually head down here to look to pick up farm. Paparazzi, of course, already just in space up top, so just from the map it offers. Miracle as well, interesting. Phase boots and has queued up the Echo Saber, something that we're not really seeing Monkey Kings do, but I guess that's because we've been seeing this position for Monkey King that pretty much always just goes straight for the Basher to get it as soon as they can, but in a core position, the Echo Saber, I guess, certainly more favorable, just to have something a little bit quicker, have those extra stats, and mean that you can get something done before necessarily waiting for that big pickup.
Yeah, a nicer build up, and you know you're going to get the Basher. The thing with the support one is it's like, well, you may only farm up one item, so you'd rather have a Basher than the Echo Saber for that. But Dan's Miracle, pretty good spot in terms of how he's recovered. That jug dive really was a bit throwy from Cicada, bluntly, but still, like, he managed to get the early kill and lose a bit of his lead, but effective on this Juggernaut. This Ventus had a rough time. He's struggled the most. Hasn't got his level 6 yet. Less farm than the support Sanking. What plan is there for recovery? It looks like he's going to take over the safe lane now that Weaver's getting more active and roaming around. Present on the map.
Yeah, I
Super
imagine
was like,
so,
good
yeah,
try,
try
so.
it.
Next coming in. And yeah, I imagine Liquid are pretty happy with the state of things. Matu can start power farming through the jungle, the Ancients. He's got Empower to work around with. Level 1. Just having some cleave. Full there. Gonna go straight into a casual Morbid Mask as well. Don't even... we're seeing a lot of Vlads on Troll. Definitely this is the best series that benefits from lifesteal. Jungling for Roche. Sometimes you get the casual Mask, save it later to upgrade to Satanic, or you go for the early Vlads.
Paparazzi as well, this game, obviously Weaver, one of those heroes that a lot of variants in times of just build up the Dragon Lance first, and I guess it makes sense just that have that early bit of tank as well against a lot of control. You know, this Weaver was picked into a lineup where Liquid certainly have ways to catch him.
Stuns and all the stats he can get. Probably should pick up like a casual Blightstone or something, slot for it, but deal. Money elsewhere, and yeah, I mean, as it stands, I feel like Liquid perhaps slightly better off in the laning stage, but things will change very quickly when Blink Dagger start coming online. You've got two good Blink heroes on the Radiant side, Magnus and Sanking, two good ones on the Dire side, so it's going to be how the team play the mid game when it comes from the big initiators and how well they can kind of enable their core. Troll's very reliant on the Magnus and Sanking to set kills for him, otherwise he gets kited around. Doug may be a little less reliant, but still important to have that set up for him. Weaver definitely not so important, but Weaver needs the control to protect it. Was Dota? Beat very smooth, you were saying?
We have, yeah. There's one delay really yesterday where we had on the second stream. iG versus iG.Vit. It's new, one of those two. I think iG versus Numi. little bit at the start, but must be lag issue. But for the most part, the PC's here. Hasn't been to see any issues really from the players with them.
Everyone just assumes they go to shit. Kind of.
It's true, and I think people will be disappointed because
Yeah.
this one's been pretty smooth.
Yep.
So
The track
unfortunately, the
record's
memes
not-
can't be made here, boys.
Their track record's not awful. It's just they had one
No,
really awful.
It's
episode.
yeah, they've got a lot of offsetting to do.
Last DAC wasn't perfect, but it was still a good event. That was the one where.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, people remember good things about them.
It was. I mean, the games were really good. The
Yeah.
results were. There were some hype matches. I remember it was the DAC where Charlie had to go to IKEA and buy a bunch of chairs.
Oh, that was the chair one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the chair one.
The chair one. We've got
Get
good
some
chairs.
DX
The
races.
chairs look really fancy this time. I like the kind of golden rimmed gamer chairs.
I'm gonna complain we didn't get jackets. Even coaches and
Dude,
managers
those
got
jackets are so hype.
Yeah.
Those kind of gold gangster bling jackets. We need
Jackets.
some of those.
That's if you want us saying good stuff about your events on air and
If we had those jackets.
Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I think the coaches got them, and I think the managers as well.
Even at PI, many players get them.
We had to buy them. I think I bought a jacket last. Doesn't have my name on it.
Get the Sharpie for. Put like a highlighter.
Odie pixel. We might get goodies in the main event. I remember Shiva was saying that last DAC they were giving out. You weren't there, were you? Because you did the remote coverage last time,
Yeah,
right? There was a remote.
Shiva
Yeah,
and
she was just here for interviews.
Sayori, I think, was there doing interviews
Because what you covered it from LA.
from LA. Summit House Hub going on at the old house back in the old rough days.
I'm trying to remember if that. Yeah, I remember tuning in. Yeah, you had it was with was it like Suns fan was casting.
Suns fan and Syndrome were
Suns fan and
there.
Sim were there.
Bruno was hosting, I'm pretty sure. That was
Oh,
back.
Bruno was. with you
Bruno
guys
was
there.
the yeah, he was the main host.
Oh,
pretty
was it?
sure. Was that Bruno?
Was that the
That was
DAC?
Bruno's last event, maybe, or one of his last.
Oh, he's
events.
last hosting DAC. I can't remember him hosting.
He had a whiteboard too. Bruno
Did
with
he?
a
That was
whiteboard
a-
at DAC. We're keeping track. We're just keeping track and scores and points of something. I can't
Okay.
remember what. I'm pretty sure. Suns fan cast a game with a horse head on. Maybe I'm thinking of the. Maybe I'm thinking of the PA qualifier hub.
Yeah, but Bruno wouldn't have hosted that, would he? No.
No.
Yeah, Bruno was. Yeah.
Bruno was had Suns fan and Sin casting there. We did some weird thing, I remember, because the finals was like, oh, we all want to cast, so we'll alternate. So game one, we had
What?
one casting
Oh, you
game.
just switched to each
switched
game.
to every game, and everyone was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Let's just choose someone next time. It was like, yeah, it was a good event. That was back like in the iG.Vit rivalry days. Vici also did really well that tournament. Back when Black did really well. He got second place.
Oh, was that when he was playing with Vici?
He got second, and then
So he's
right
got
after
he's
that
got a
event, they
good
kicked him.
DAC track record.
Yeah. Well, has he now after Basis' stage run?
That's only the group stage there.
Okay.
Everyone goes through to main event.
Yep.
There's still time to turn it around. Make your way back to that final.
He is on level with 7 other teams. 8 of the 12
True.
teams are lower bracket teams.
Yeah, and I imagine Vici probably did quite well in the group.
Format.
It was 1 year ago? 2 years. 2 years ago. Yeah, it must have been 2
2015,
years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, it was before I was casting. You go.
He's
Super.
reconnected
Oh, he's
a couple
reconnected a few
times.
times. Okay, I've only just noticed that.
So I just picked up.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is my award.
You've got a disease now.
Whoops.
There we go, we're back in. He's going to try. Are we going to get a pause again? Super, is he lagging? See if he misses any CS, then we'll know.
How fast does he? click
How
the bounty
fast does he
ring?
move, you know? It says how you can tell.
That was a pretty low delay bounty
A
ring
little
pickup.
Carlay there. Good. We're in. We're back and we're good. Mid lane, Miracle is potentially not good
Oh,
here.
wow, look at that damage there.
And there's that's a lot of days. Ooh, he's dead. One more touch. Oh no, he doesn't get it off. Oh yes, he does. Oh. They both end up going down. But suddenly, here comes GH, Mind Control, Amateur Man with the absolute total annihilation. And
Easy.
Vitality, I don't think they were expecting that. I think they probably just come back after that pause. And
Yeah.
Liquid were more prepared than iG.Vitality were to continue.
Normally after a pause, it's like, okay, there's a post-pause truce where it's like, all right, there was just a pause,
Yeah,
guys. Let's
where you work out where
farm
everyone
for
is.
2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
No fighting because we just had a long pause, but nah, Liquid are
Radiant's
like,
middle
Liquid are
tower
straight
is
in.
under attack.
And they might find more here. Yeah, just probably go for both straight on super. Be happy focusing that bit lane.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
very active, pushing towers, roaming with his team, playing this, not playing this farming control, much more active, roaming around.
What's the, yeah, as you said, yeah, just the casual mask and then the S and Y standard stuff.
Bit more late game oriented build,
Dire's
not
top
going for
tower
the
is
Vlad.
under attack.
Keeping the casual mask is like, hey, I want to build a Satanic later on. And also just not team pushing item.
Up and a beeline for this bottom. They know that no RP,
Dire's middle
not
tower
necessarily
is
the
under
easiest to
attack.
fight unless they can find someone out on their own.
I think Micah is level 6, so bounty room. The epicenter.
July 900 towards that blink. Magnus, mind control after that great little fight he had in the mid lane. There's dog fights, I imagine. Still a little bit further away, still halfway. Some space on top lane. It really is good to my man. The best position so far this game. Clear 1,000 and head of Paparazzi's Weaver.
Got some good farm. Go back to the jungle. Farm away. Yeah. Quiet little potato farmer. Wait till he farms up enough to go fight with. Perhaps even just wait for an RP cooldown. He's happy to just be left alone in this little farm. Little hellbears and pick what he can.
PH has nearly got his blink actually.
It's going to beat
It's going to be the first one.
Centaur and Slaughter to the punch, which is... A game like this can be a big deal. It means you're the ones who kind of control the tempo. You get blinks before your opponents, and you start smoking around, finding picks, jumping, getting the jump, perhaps slowing down iG.Vit's blinks if you get some key pickoffs on them.
Miracle trying to be a bit proactive here up on the top lane, but not got any vision here on this high ground. Where of course that he's around,
Radiant's middle tower is under
getting
attack.
himself out, just have to be careful with Cicada dog fights in the neighborhood. Just drop a stun out.
Level 5 on Slaughter. Leveled. Gold kind of is an alright place. March are going to continue pushing towers.
Radiant structures are
A lot of
fortified.
pushing power here.
Radiant's
Power and
bottom
mind
tower
control
is
backing
under
him up
attack.
as well. Top lane. We'll continue to keep eyes on the rest of iG.Vit.
Radiant's
They'll
bottom
finish it
tower
off. More
has
money into the
fallen.
pocket of Matumba as he gets the final touch.
The Ash out of your backpack, Nick.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, yeah. See, come on.
You'll notice, but it's a matter of how long.
There we
it'll
go. He switched it over now, taking the Chloe Blade away for it. Miracle. Maybe, yeah, he's calling him. He's pinging behind the trees.
Bottom
take. To be, and they can get the jump on the silencer.
Yeah, let's
Magnus is out of blink.
And there we go. Straight up with the ultimate and the stun, holding super within the Wukong's command. Point comes in, takes a fair bit of damage. Now a GH blinking forward, finds the burrow strike. They've found a second Liquid. Cicada will come in with the Omni Sledge, but it will be shared and mind control. Gets the RP onto 2. GH comes in with the epicenter as well. Cicada will be fine with the Blade Fury to duke out the damage. They've picked up a third as in July to full as well, and Liquid they aren't done quite yet. GH once again blinking into position with a follow through burrow strike. Cicada will get taken out as well as Liquid very, very easily clear up on this top lane, getting that bottom tower and protecting the top one.
Great initiation for Miracle. The ulti with the boundless strike, getting
Radiant's
silencer
bottom tower
instantly
has been
killed
denied.
with the help of a shockwave, and Slaughter tries to go in and contest it, but he sprinted into a Wukong's command, takes extra
much
damage,
damage.
got hit like 3 or 4 times instantly and just melted. Got destroyed. Not a fight for him to take.
Very, very good for Liquid. Of course, that last fight, allowing mind control. Get his blink complete. He'll cure that Midas next. Miracle, a few hundred gold away from saber completion.
Scary pickup. Tell you what he can do in the Wukong's command team fight like he just did. He's gonna have an power as well.
Mid lane here, we're going to see the setup. Burrow strike into the skewer backwards. Did he actually get the physical damage to bring him down? And no, not at all with these three. Don't quite have the punch to take him through the Blade Fury. Need that troll or the Monkey King, really, if they want to try and bring down Cicada like that.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Still
attack.
opportunity.
Dire's structures are
Poised
fortified.
to perhaps strike again in this bottom lane. RP coming up soon. Paparazzi has... There's so many things that can kill Paparazzi in this game.
It is that they've got a lot of answers for him.
2 blink stuns, there's a boundless strike with a long range stun, there's the bash from the troll, a frostbite. Good game for...
Haste.
And is it from the GH? Epicenter back and available, and good kind of timing with mind controls
Dire's
RP.
top tower is under attack.
Are we ready to go? Take any kind of a team fight now and fight the scary of the two stands. Jug is very underfarmed, underleveled, only level 9. Scraps to put together towards his diffusal blade, but I really feel like that's gonna... there's no item that I'm like, oh, that's
Dire's
gonna turn around
top
Jug's
tower
game.
is under
Regardless,
attack.
it feels like similar to the Weaver, there's a lot of things that can kill him. These blink insta stuns, and there's no good reliable save. You can silence, but if you're already
Dire's
stunned
top
and being
tower
right-clicked
is
by a
under
Monkey
attack.
King or a Troll, you may just die during that silence.
This smoke instantly getting dispelled from Miracle hiding on the tree line, and iG.Vit's play will be foiled. Quick in reaction though, Liquid smoking up behind the cores to try and catch iG.Vit off guard. They've continued to group together iG.Vit heading towards the top lane now. If Liquid can find this wraparound Matumba with the D ward, and
Go
could
Roche.
they could go Roche with the Empower. It could be still a little risky. They've got
It's not really risky to the
think
extent
they
that
could
team
quick.
fight is just scared. Oh yeah, iG.Vit can come. Like, they don't care if iG.Vit knows because they're happy to take a team fight right now. Monkey King will scout out the heroes coming in, puts himself on the cliff. He's ready to fight, and I think contesting this Roche in the RP epicenter, Wukong's command is just a nightmare waiting to happen. That's something iG.Vit can do. And that's with a global silence. I feel like the silence epic just doesn't work because even though they've got global silence, they still can't initiate these.
what can they do?
Dire's top tower
Angeli's got the blink. He's going to have to go for it blind. He's going to have to go for it quick, and he's not. It's already gone. They've got the Aegis. He will still jump in after Roshan's been taken down, and Liquid, they don't only get Roshan and Aegis, they get a kill as well from Matumba. And they may not be done yet. Miracle already with the chase down. Here's the 2-man stun. The ult's out, the slow onto dogfights. They pick a second. Liquid getting everything there that they could hope for and more with iG.Vit turning up on a silver platter.
I feel like even if they get there early in time to contest the Roche, it's probably an ugly fight.
is under
A
attack.
really well-timed global silence is the only way that fight can happen for them. They global as they blink Centaur stun and instantly delete a hero, but Jug doesn't have, they don't have a good follow-up to Centaur. He blinks into the pit from the north, and the entry to the Roshan pit is to the south, so his entire team have to like work their way around to get into the pit. There's no Jug blink, there's no... I mean, Weaver can Shikuchi for some extra movement speed, but there's no follow-up for Centaur because of the angle that they initiated with. It's very difficult to take that fight.
And with iG.Vit coming around as well, they don't even get potentially one of the objectives they could have. That tier 1 at the top lane still standing. Very low as well. Liquid can deny if they head over there. Try and go for blind stun, but stop point. Nonetheless, Liquid bringing the creep wave round. They still have those 2 big RPs, the big ultimates, the RP and the epicenter. Feeling very confident with this push. Aegis, of course, still the man yet to be touched.
Like, just kind of chomp trees.
I was going, where's Miracle? There he is. He's here. He's this tree
He's
on
the
the tree.
tree.
I was actually looking. He's going to go straight up for the ult. They're ready to fight it. GH from the Burrow Strike onto Dogfight. Silence has already been taken out, and they're also going to lose in July. Matumba Man surviving by the skin of his teeth, and it's another 3 easy kills for Liquid.
Radiant's top
Vitality
tower
just getting
is under
caught
attack.
out vision, Miracle's positioning, just allowing Liquid to
Radiant's
set up for
top
these
tower
plays
has
and making it
fallen.
very hard for iG.Vitality to come out and hope to form some sort of a defense outside of their base.
Radiant's top
Double
tower
sentries are out for Liquid. A little bit of a misplay because it doesn't matter with the lead that they have, the pressure that they've got going on. They can afford to waste a sentry.
What's 100 gold? Hero's not getting out of it anyways this game. He's playing that hard support. It's been the case for some time, it feels like, with Liquid, and, well, a very convincing push from Liquid. They don't get a tier 3 tower, they take the tier 2, they take the fight, they back off, they've still got Aegis in hand, and pick up a couple more big items to work around as well. Magnus going to go for a mech for the team, so more team-oriented. It's I mean, if it's GA to be like, whoa, that's a surprise, but it's mind control. He's doing what's needed for his team.
And I guess kind of similar to the situation yesterday where we saw the Timber build one. It's going to be very nice against the Silence if he goes for the full Greaves, and he's already got those Arcanes, so yeah, he's very likely, yeah. He's got the full Greaves too. That'll be nice to have. Top lane, RP straight up. Take every kill when they can, as Liquid, of course, in a position where they don't really need the ultimates now for the team fights. They just have so much of a power edge. Hiroki will be taken down. It's just a CM, and of course, mind control is already well out of there.
The ideal to trade 1-for-1 when you're ahead this far, but bigger of a problem with still support. EM and Liquid pick up a Shadow Blade now in Miracle. He's more elusive tools to play around and be pesky with.
He's yeah, Desolator as well.
Troll.
On the Miracle, yeah.
He had Shadow Blade.
He did have Shadow Blade queued up.
Coming out.
Yeah,
He went Deso.
I guess he changed his mind after the castle points on the top lane. I'm getting caught out here. The Global as well. GH tried to come in to help him out, but a little bit of trouble here. They'll lose the Aegis. GH getting surrounded. Mind control doesn't have that RP, of course, because he used it for that top fight. Miracle does have the Wukong's command coming in. The skew onto 2. They've cleaned up to make that 3. Again, Liquid coming out on top in these team fights. Yeah, I mean, with the Desolator, it is absolutely ridiculous. Desolator and power, getting the Wukong's command out on the playing field. There's just so little Vitality can do. I mean, people on the internet will say walk out of it. Can't walk out of it if you're dead.
Yeah, if you get Boundless Strike, you die in just 2 seconds.
You're gone. Yeah.
He did 2.5k damage that fight, and all of it was done during like the duration of Boundless Strike. That is absolutely brutal stuff. He's got Empower, he does absolutely insane damage, and that was such a quick and easy rack for Liquid to roll it up. Slipped out of hand very fast for iG.Vit.
Which is, for them, quite upset, as we said. This is the game that they need. They need to win both of these games against Liquid if they want to have any hope of being able to climb themselves into that upper bracket. This game is lost. Game 2 could see a bit of a clown fiesta. You know, the chance for both teams to test something out before heading into the lower bracket of that main event.
It feels like the Monkey King mid was a bit of that, like not so much clowny, but it was like experimental. And you're not really showing anything, like when you're picking Magnus, CM, like everyone knows Liquid plays these heroes, so it's like, oh, they're revealing their strats. No, they're just picking the same strats that they're picking every game and that most teams are playing. The Monkey King mid, perhaps if they thought this was a serious strat, perhaps they're showing something, but or maybe they just thought it might be good, let's test it. Prove that, yeah, it's pretty damn good with Empower. Also with this whole attack speed buff.
Again, just
time to tap out with how much damage these heroes doing. Battle Trance, Empower, Monkey King.
They will indeed do that. iG.Vit realizing that there's no way back into this one. Liquid just pretty much running away from this game since the start. Getting ahead in farm, making superior rotations. Jug was struggling the whole game really to just ever catch up and be a core that could stand on par with what Liquid's